All right, and we are back for our next round in the glorious few Sanctumonious Invitational. If you're just tuning in, I'm DHaus here with Seven Hog, Kevin Hog. How's it going, man?
This is Seven Hog reporting for duty.
Seven Hog. That's actually pretty clever. Seven, Kevin. I get it.
It all makes sense.
I just realized. I just figured out why your name is is that anyway? So we've hopped down. We are down in the losers bracket right here in this throwdown between JusticeBlinded and Tabletop Royale's Liza. I don't know how to say her last name. I apologize, but we're getting into it. We're rolling, people. So we've been following JusticeBlinded, but he just lost, and so he's on his second deck with Creepneck, Vance Scribe, Mars Sanctum Untamed, Coda, 3 Yixley Marauders, double Grabber Jammer. This is speaking to me right now. John Smith, EMP
I saw
Bus.
this deck list, and I would think that you would get really excited.
I love me some Mars here. Sanctum. It's a Horseman deck. Not just for the memes, people. Not just for the memes. And then a couple Hunting Witches, Nature's Call, Mimicry, Full Moon, Flagship, just classic Coda Untamed. Do you want to hit Justin's deck?
Sure. So he's got Light Tasker, Market Sheriff. He's got a Dis, Logos, Shadows in that. He's got some fun Dis things going on with a Hysteria and double Infernus, and double Library of the Damned. So he's got some archives going on there. Double Snag, which again could lock out, just similar to the way his last deck was rolling here. Logos package has double Igor and an Eddie, Cutthroat Research and Tau Vapor, so again some more archiving. So it's going to make that Eddie extra valuable if it gets out on the board with a bunch in the archive. We've got a Shadows package with Chimor Clips, not so exciting. But we've got double Ronnie. Ronnie and a Too Much to Protect, Venda, and
That's the dream.
Double J Venda and a Bad Penny, so we can see some fun things going on there. There's quite a bit of animal control in this deck.
All right, so we had our first Horseman sighting. Horseman of Famine actually killed the Snag just by playing it because he had competing power there, but pretty quick way to get rid of the potential lockout there, which is pretty nice for him. But Justin responds with a Chimor. They're Justin and Justice. We're going to have to go Justin and Eric. Eric is JusticeBlinded because that's going to get really confusing. And then gets rid of Bad Penny and J Venda. I've actually seen the Tabletop Royale guys play this deck on their live stream at Tabletop Royale. If you're not following them on Twitch, make sure you hop on there. They stream at least 3 times a week with live games, and it's so much fun. It's really good. So no Amber yet. It's a little bit of a fight for board control, I feel like, early on.
Yeah, I haven't played any Sanctum, so this is fun for me to see the Horseman play out. Not because of the memes, but because I don't know Sanctum very well. So it'll be cool to see how that all competes in. I also have not seen a lot of Mars, so it'll be cool. Cool to see how all the board works here. But now there is no board.
There you go.
So that's cool.
Yeah, so he uses Gorm of the Om to destroy the first Library of the Damned. I think that's a good call because if those start doubling up, that could get pretty nasty. Hey, sounds like we got a new follower. Again, it's not popping up on my screen right now because we're on a 3-minute delay, but thanks for following. And then we got Horseman of Death. I guess you don't really want that early, but sometimes you got to go with it. Justin responds with some Logos. Gets out the group Think Tank, which is actually pretty nasty against Eric's board right now. Deal 4 to each creature that shares a house with at least one of its neighbor. That's a quick 16 damage.
That could get rough real fast. I think that he's gonna realize.
He's killing. Yeah, he's gonna kill him.
I'm not gonna mess with that.
So the card under Jar Goggle got archived, or maybe not. What's he?
It should have gotten
he
archived.
is. Okay, there you go. Yep. And then just going with the Sanctum. Pushing his board advantage right now.
I think that's the right call.
Yeah, the Yixley Marauder in his hand is it for a while. Justin didn't have any Ambers, so it was sort of awkward to try to do the Squawker John Smith Marauder combo there, but we'll see what happens next. So Justin goes back to Disc, gets out Buzzle and Infernus.
Infernus play is kind of tricky. It's a matter of if he's gonna is he gonna purge out his own, or is he gonna purge out of
because he only has the one
Eric's
card.
only got the one.
He'll probably do his own. I imagine the not finished with you, although I see it. There's an advantage to, but he only has one Amber Pip, so he's only losing one Amber regardless of what he does. Super awkward Infernus play.
Great. But I feel like he had to in that same step because he didn't have any creatures.
I was about to say he's gonna purge Bad Penny. I'm surprised that he's purged Snag.
As well, I'm kind of on the same boat as you that if you're gonna play Infernus, you may as well try to take out take an Amber Pip away with not finished with you. But
he must
play the deck.
Yeah, I know he must have. Yeah, I'm just curious about the not finished with you, unless he wants to save it for another Infernus later. Interesting. Well, we'll see what happens. So, Eric comes back with the Horseman of Famine, kills Buzzle. Wow, I mean, just the board control from the Horseman right now. It's not just a meme $4,000 deck. I guess this was before you started playing, but when Coda came out, the Horseman decks were going for like thousands of dollars. People were buying them.
It's nuts.
And they weren't even like the best decks, but people got so psyched about the Horseman, and yeah. So Eric bursts up to 8 Amber, clears.
But he's got the clear answer over here. Justin does.
Yes.
He protect and Ronnie in his hand.
There it is.
It's a pretty.
That's one way to do it.
Standard. Shadows says no.
Hey, we got another new follower.
Oh, sweet.
Not tonight in the chat says foiled witches. So I guess in Oh, okay. So yeah. So in Eric's deck with the double hunting witch of the wilds, maybe he got him foiled. I guess when you know the guy who does the foils, you can probably handpick which ones you want done.
It's actually really cool too that it foils all the copies of that card in your deck.
Wait,
so
does it really?
It's a deck of mine that's got a foil Malice and foils both of them. At least that's what I've seen. I don't know if it's supposed to do that.
Gotcha. Well, that's cool. Perks.
He did so he didn't go shadows here.
He did not.
He did not. He went logos. He's seeing the key almost.
I wonder. I mean, he obviously sees there's a board presence here that. Okay. So yeah. So he wanted to get rid of the Horseman of Famine because the Horseman of Famine was destroying anything Justin put out there. Like it just kept wrecking everything he did. So I think that's why he went that direction, giving him the key. So and he's got the Trust No One, the Ronnie. I mean, he's got double Ronnie now, so he gave up the first key to get a little bit of board presence back. I think is where Justin was going with that. So now he's going to be able to pull him off check with his Shadow Sweep. Looks like we got a foil Umbra. Or am I seeing things?
Yeah, I was seeing the same thing. It looked pretty.
All right, so double Ronnie drops Umbra. And is he going to hold on to the Trust No One? He is. Okay, so in case he does get up to check, he's going to be able to pull him off. Whether that's with the Umbra, the Trust No One. So Justin slowly trying to crawl back with a bigger board and deal with these pesky horsemen.
He's got some
mouse off.
He's also got some shadows in the archive right now. Does his deck have any artifacts? Does Eric's?
Hey, got another follower. Thank you.
Thanks for the follow, guys. idea that they were doing here with Cappy, trying to get KeyForge awareness, Twitch. It's a really cool idea, and it's something that could really expand and like build the community up a little bit. Until I started hanging out with you all, I didn't know that there was an online platform for KeyForge. So I think that that's a super. I think it's a super value add.
Yeah.
To everybody.
So there's the too much to protect, trust no one. To go ahead and pull Eric off check, and all of a sudden, Justin's got the board. He's trying to burst to his first key here, and is able to mug, get the Horseman of War off there, and then a reap. So pulls Eric off check and then gets himself to check. So Eric has not drawn any cards in a long time because he's been going straight to Sanctum. So might be, yep. So we're finally going to see a new house. Here's the Mars Squawker, Yixley Marauder. But I don't think he's going to be able to pull him off of check. So, yep. So there you go. So Justin's going to forge his first key. But yeah, back to what you were saying. KIP Tournaments has really just made it so easy to stay plugged in with KeyForge during this weird time. So hop on there, join a tournament. It's kind of weird at first because you're like, I don't see these people face to face, but it's a friendly community. So come on out if you just happen to be catching this online.
And it's cool too because there's not just tournaments on there. There's some free to play games. So if you're just getting started on KeyForge and kind of want to take that step out into a more competitive setting, definitely realize that there's going to be some. There's going to be a competitive edge there. There's going to be some people that have played a lot of KeyForge. But I feel like, just in my experience, as long as I've been up front, like in the chat and talking to the person, hey, like I haven't played this game for a long time. If I make a silly mistake, could you maybe help me out? Usually pretty understanding. The community is really awesome.
That's right. All right, so Justin with the hysteria. Now Eric does get to forge his second key. But yeah, Justin does have the board presence here, and he does have the snag out there, and the snaglet, so he can basically force him to choose an active house, and then snaglet will force him to do that and steal two. So this combo here is is spicy. So Eric has a very interesting call here.
I don't know what I would do in this situation. I almost want to, if I'm Eric, I want to go untamed, maybe try to play out my hand, get the two from Dust Pixie.
You don't, but you Dust Pixie, and then you give him a really easy target for Snag to fight, right? Like you almost want to go untamed because if he fights into untamed, you'll be able to, and then you have to call untamed the next turn. Then you're gonna be able to, climb out of it and kill snag or whatever, take care of it. But regardless of what happens, Justin is a little bit behind, but just by his board presence right now and Eric's hand, he's in a very awkward spot.
That hysteria play was honestly perfect.
Yes. Now, I guess he could go untamed. He could Dust Pixie, Niflate, Flaxia, and then Cooperative Hunting, kill the Snaglet. Yeah. So he could kill the Snaglet, and then even if Snag fights Dust Pixie, Flaxia could kill Snag. Yeah, so there you go.
I almost would have still hit my own Dust Pixie there. My own Cooperative Hunting.
Sure. But what this does is if Snag does fight Dust Pixie, you could fight him with Niflate or Flaxia if he had other control.
Sure, yeah. Harbinger play was interesting to me.
Yeah, it felt risky.
You definitely need a creature out there so you can reap. Yeah, it's still risky enough for the biscuit.
Now let's see. He's got. All right, so he does go Logos. So Wormhole Technician reveals Eddie. Oh my gosh. The wormhole, man. Sometimes it just does beautiful things, like play exactly what you want to see around this time of the game. Drops a Titan Guardian to protect that Eddie and also gives him a ward with Hologrammophone. Plays a Cutthroat Research. Plays Igor. Wow. This
is a good Logos turn.
Yeah. Gets a Quant, is able to play out Quant, which will give him some ability to do something interesting. Now, okay, so he did just cycle. So he shuffled and drew, and he drew back into double Ronnie, which is yeah.
That and then Mug too, which is he should know at this point that he's got that Eric has Sanctum in his hand. He's got the Raiding Knight just to play Capture 1. He's going to try to pull him off a check. He'll probably end up having to go Sanctum here, and he can mug that and pull that Amber from that's from a creature to your pool, so he can pull that Amber right back off of Raiding Knight.
True.
Gain the Amber and hit it with 2 damage.
I just realized the
foil.
Yeah, I was like, what did I just see? It's like, oh, it's a foiled Titan Guardian. Just to threaten you a little bit. All right, this is man. I'm enjoying this. This is a good back and forth right now. Nobody going into any quick turns. I don't know. I'd be surprised if he went Mars here. I sort of thought he would, or I guess unless he's thinking Untame Reap to 7, but that feels too risky with nothing else. He's got a. I don't really see the Mars play here. Because he doesn't have any like hypnotic commands or psychic networks that he can. I mean, he has to go Sanctum to pull him off check.
I think that's the only move. I really do think that's the only move. And then
unless he's thinking give him the second key and build for the future. I forgot that Justin only has one key, but.
Because he could play out his Mars hand.
Yeah. It's like, does he want to concede this key? I don't know.
I feel like that's still the riskier play. If you can pull him off a check here, you do it. Because he's at 4 Amber. And like it's only gonna take him drawing into a couple of really good cards, or maybe drawn into what has he got? Untamed Wise still. He's still got Mimicry. He's got his double Hunting Witch that he could pull out. There's Nature's Call. There's quite a bit of Amber still left in the Untamed in his deck. So maybe that's the pool. No, looks like he's gonna.
Okay. So he.
We're clear.
There it is. Okay. Yeah. I think I missed that idea too, to just clear the ward and then fight everything in Harbinger.
That was.
I didn't even think. I forgot Harbinger was out there. That's a great play.
I mean, like we sat here and talked about it. It's like, oh man, that seemed kind of risky, and then now all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, of course it was risky.
So it's gonna be very okay. So yeah, so Infernus comes down, Rock Grub.
He's going to drop Dust Pixie and then rid of Squawker to pull him out.
Yep.
So that pulls him down 3 Amber, so they're taking the Amber advantage and as quote-unquote a board control advantage as well. Because he actually has a board.
All right, so back to Eric. Yeah, that Untamed play was the one I thought you had to make. Yeah, that's what Justin said. Makes sense.
Or in KeyForgers.
It's pretty crazy that Justin has cycled and Eric is still at 20 cards in deck because the Horseman. Just like stalled it out at the beginning, just with the presence there.
I mean, how many turns has it been since he's drawn? Because he got Hysteria too, so then he just had stuff put back in his hand.
Yep. Now, yeah, it's like he has the double grabber jammer that he could draw into at some point. So, and he could get double procs off of the John Smith, so he might be thinking about future Amber control. Also the Mind Warper, like he's got but man, it's just hard without these Marauders being able to get great advantage out of their ability. All right, so he does go Sanctum.
I was thinking that had to be the play just to get some board level. Okay, cool. So he's got some fun stuff. You get the soft landing. That could allow John Smith to do some fun stuff.
Yep. Not Tonight in the chat said Light Tasker can pull from behind. That's very clear from what we're watching. I mean, it definitely has some good answers. Justin gets Library of the Damned, uses Buzzle to reap and Furnace to reap. And moves on. So opts to keep the shadow stuff ready.
Because he gets to do that. He could probably do that and continue to use Library of the Danged and archive some stuff. Maybe get rid of the logos.
Yep.
Put the logos. Because that Ronnie's going to be his swing. Double Ronnie.
Okay, so so Eric did draw into soft landing. That's really helpful.
Especially now he's got the triple Marauders.
Yeah, because then you soft landing John Smith and then Marauder. Oh, he only has 2 Amber though, but it at least makes the Marauders a little bit more useful in being able to pull some stuff. So
he should come out. He should come out of this with 2 Amber and then have all the Amber held.
Unless he. Yeah, does he go? He can Sanctum. They're both. I feel like both of the guys are like holding back their control, waiting for the other person to burst so that they can take that and move ahead. This is classic chess, which I really love. This is a great game. Okay, so he does go to Mars. So soft landings, John Smith, and then we'll see Marauder. He might hold the 3rd Marauder. That could be some good control. Yeah. Nope, he drops the 3rd one. So
he needs to cycle his deck at this point.
Yep.
Think. But
man, if he draws in some grabber jammers, like that 3rd Marauder could be. Well, he didn't, so that it's a good thing he did it. Although he could
Nature Call.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, I was gonna say he could Witch of the Wilds, and no, that's a different one. Never mind. I'm thinking of I'm thinking Starline stuff. Ignore me. I was thinking it was the opposite. Like you could play a non-untamed card.
Ooh, this could be dangerous though, if the Shadow Suite does have to come out, because Life Web in his hand. If your opponent played 3 or more creatures in the previous turn, steal 2. So if he plays his Ronnie or his double Ronnie and then gets Snake Lifter out there.
Oh yeah.
So that's an easy pull.
Nope, he goes Logos. He's waiting. He's holding, man. He's yeah.
He's got Javen in his archives as well.
All right, so draw. Okay, so Igor, Telltale Vapors, he's drawn, man. He's going for it. Holy cow, this Shadows stuff. Cutthroat. He's got another Infernus. They're both they're playing their play is really tight. Like I feel like they're both being extremely patient with their outs right now. And it's fun to watch because that's near my own game where I feel like a lot of times I'm not patient enough. So Eric does go to Mars, Feeding Pits, gets rid of the Staunch Knight to get one, reaps with the Marauders, and then John Smith is going to be able to reap and ready someone, so he bursts to 8. So I think he's going for it. You know, at this point, someone's got to take the first step, right? So
there's plays to be made here though. He doesn't have to go shadows. He can go Dis. Can run Infernus into something. Infernus, Hysteria, pull the Amber back, double Hysteria again to literally just dump everything.
Yeah, that's
that could pull 6 Amber and archive a card, so you could archive another Shadows guy.
Yeah, you could go reap, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, he could gain, so he's still
that danged library. Someone in the chat said that danged library. That's right, that danged library.
Yeah, man, gotta be PT here.
That's right.
Be cultural.
There's kids watching.
Kids on stream. Yeah, there's kids on stream. What might be it?
All right, so he does go shadows. He trusts no ones. J Venda, Ronnie comes down, takes a couple. Second Ronnie comes down, Sneck Lifter. He takes the feeding pit. He's not going to use the feeding pit with that Infernus, I imagine. Oh man, with that Hysteria with the Infernuses and the Ronnies, that could be.
He had a double-edged sword there.
Yep. Now this is going to open up Eric to play that life web.
Yeah. That sets him back in check too. Like there's some nasty stuff about to go down. This is the fun KeyForge spot.
Can he? No, he can't get to 8. So if he could get to 8, that would probably be it. Oh wait, is he feeding pit? He might. If he feeding. Oh, he does.
Yeah, because that pulls him up.
That's it, right? He can't.
So you got Reap Capture.
Wow. I don't see. Who would have guessed that a Sneck Lifter stealing a feeding pit to discard Infernus would be the one Amber that you that he needed to win.
That's a count too. Like I never would have done that. I'm just gonna be completely honest. There's nothing inside of me that would have wanted to get rid of that Infernus.
He had to be thinking about his options for Amber control and knowing the life web was out there, but life web is half the time like a one Amber card. Yeah, it's just useless. But
if he didn't do that, we said it would have been 2, brought him to 5. Full Moon, Witch of the Wilds, gain the Amber, Nature's Call, gain that Amber, and then pull back probably Sneck Lifter, Venda, and Buzzle. And then that was game.
Man, oh man. I think
so. I'm gonna go back through and track something.
I think that's it. I think Eric's he's looking for answers here. But I do not see. I think that's it. It came down to it, but
I think you're right.
Man, but this game was a pleasure to watch. I feel like I just got schooled in competitive KeyForge.
Like as you talked about it a couple of times, they were holding their outs very well.
Yeah.
The Shadows, Justin just overwhelmed there at the end. Like he sat on that hand for probably 4 turns. Double Ronnie in his hand after he had cycled, and then drew into another Infernus, which as we sat and talked about, you had the Hysteria double Infernus play, which is classic competitive KeyForge.
Yeah, Eric's able to get up to 10 Amber, but that is game, everybody. Justin pulls ahead. Eric had a great run, but that means he is eliminated from the Glorious Fugue. Well done, Eric. Great play. You had some crazy opponents in there, and even just seeing the Horsemen compete was awesome. Wow, what a game! I was so glad we got to see that.
That was a great game, especially coming out of the bottom of the bracket too. Like just shows you the level of competitiveness that there is in KeyForge right now. Like guys lost one game and then they came with some back end.
Good night. All right. Well, we're gonna go to a little break. We've got one more. We're gonna hop back up to the winners bracket here in a minute. But we're gonna pause there, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.